Hey guys, so this video is for players new to tactical shooters like Valorant, especially my friends who have no experience in these types of games. Specifically, I'm going to be talking about aiming and crosshair placement. So the common thing that you hear about crosshair placement is that you always want to be aiming at head level. This is pretty self-explanatory as you want to be ready for headshots in this kind of game. What more goes into crosshair placement is that you're clearing angles one at a time, and that your crosshair is placed in open spaces where opponents actually can be. So instead of doing multiple angles, like running out in the open where there's tons of angles that people can be, you're doing it one at a time and having your crosshair placed at head level where people actually can be. So instead of swinging, opening myself up to all these angles, I'm just going to do it one at a time. And that's going to minimize having to reactively aim where let's say someone's at window and my crosshair is at head level over here. I'm gonna have to make a huge adjustment versus if I clear this first, I can swing my crosshair slowly towards windows, so when I see them my crosshair will be there versus all the way over here. So common mistakes that you'll see people make that are beginners is that their crosshair might be at head level, but they're kind of still forcing themselves to make reactive kind of adjustments to their aim. So I'm at head level here, but I'm peeking. When I peek out, it's not where their body will be. It's like out in the open where I'm gonna have to make a large adjustment when I see them. So it's all about making it easy for yourself. As you peek, your crosshair is already there where their heads are gonna be, and you're doing it one at a time. I also want to talk about more advanced crosshair placement things, one of them being off angles. So with off angles, you're abusing the fact that people are clearing angles one at a time at headshot level, whereas in this example, they're going to clear one angle, another angle, and then the third angle here. So when you play an off angle, it's kind of like in between two different like angles that people will normally clear, so they won't expect you to be standing in a strange position. So let's say I'm the opponent, I'm going to clear this, and I'm going to clear that, but I won't be expecting someone to just be standing out in an off angle. So when I'm holding an off angle, I'm going to have my crosshair placed for when they come out, and it's going to be an easy kill for me. It's going to be a lot harder for them because they don't completely expect it. They're going to swing for this angle, and when they see me, they're going to have to make quite a large adjustment, and I have the upper hand there, and that's kind of like how off angles help you. Another thing is crouch peeking. Crouch peeking is you're kind of abusing the fact that people hold angles at headshot level. So if someone's holding here and you know that they're holding there, what you can do is that you crouch peek. So when you crouch peek, they're going to be aiming above you, so they're going to have to make an adjustment down to you, whereas you're completely ready. And this is also crosshair placement for swings, is that when you know that you're going to swing on an angle, instead of clearing it slowly, you have your crosshair placed at head level and where they will be. So when I'm crouch peeking, I'm also doing my crosshair placement is also ready for where their head is. So I crouch and I peek and it's already there, instead of like crouch peeking and then having to adjust. So this is kind of like the one time that you can have your crosshair placed like not out in the open, because you're kind of using information that someone's holding that angle. So you can just have your crosshair placed where their head will be, crouch peek to dodge their crosshair placement, and then you shoot them in the head. So yeah, there's a lot more I can talk about, but these are kind of like the basics. Thanks for watching.